that light. Don't know how I feel about it. Well, we'll see. What's up, guys? How's it going? Gary here. I just wanted to make a video on my film camera collection. So, I guess let's get started. First up is this little tiny point shoot because nobody cares about it. My aunt had it in her attic. This little Minolta guy. I haven't used it yet, but everything seems to work. It's a Minolta Freedom Zoom 150. It just looks like it'd be a fun camera just to like mess around with and have fun. But you know, I haven't shot anything with it yet, so we'll see what happens there. Next up is this Minolta AF Tele. You have a 38mm lens, and then it has a zoom to 60. You got self-timer. It takes forever for the flash to load on this thing, so sometimes you do miss the moment. But for the most part, my girlfriend used this on our road trip out west, and she had a lot of fun with it. And I actually found it at Goodwill for $5, and it worked perfectly, which was super awesome. Super easy to load. It loads everything for you. You pop this back open, you load the film in here, drop this lever, and it just advances the film, which is really cool. If you can hear it. That's really awesome. Next up is one of my favorite cameras. I think I own the Olympus XA2, which opens up by using that little sliding door. This camera is so small. Like, I can't, it is so freaking tiny. It fits in the palm of your hand, which is really cool and really awesome for, you know, road tripping or anything like that if you can't bring a camera. And the images are super sharp. The only hard part about this is, unlike the original XA, it's not a range finder style, so there's no focusing. You actually have zone focusing, but it also doesn't tell you what distance it is. So getting used to that is really tough. So you do miss your focus a lot, at least I do. Maybe I'm just stupid. And then also the shutter button is this red thing, and it is so easy to accidentally press. But what's nice is when you close the camera to stick it in your pocket, it locks so you cannot press the shutter. A Minolta X570. This camera was actually, when I was working at the photo lab at my school, it was donated to us, and my manager didn't need it, so she let me take it. And I got a 45mm lens with that, as well as a 28, which was really nice. I used the 28 a lot. You know, I love that focal length. Basically aperture priority for the most part, but you can put it into manual. I shot a few rolls on this thing. They come out great. Next up is my dad's old camera, actually. It's the Minolta XGA. You can see that there. Aperture priority only. It has exposure compensation, has an on and off switch there, so you don't have to worry about the batteries draining, as well as a self-timer. And this thing is just super quick. My dad was always telling me back in the day how, you know, everyone else had full manual cameras that would miss the moment sometimes, so he bought this one to be ahead of the game, which was pretty funny. So this thing is awesome. I'll keep this one forever. Next up is the first film camera that I've ever bought and I've ever had in my collection, which is the Canon A1. And this thing is a literal tank, like full metal construction. This thing is so heavy, which is why I don't really take it on too many trips anymore, but I guess that doesn't really make sense when I show you probably the last one. But this camera is super cool. It was the first film camera to have fully auto, as well as aperture priority and shutter priority. So it was definitely ahead of its time, and I was doing research, and they say that, you know, because of this camera is why we have cameras like we do today. So Canon really killed it with this thing. And it had the 51.4 on it, which came with it. And I actually bought this camera from a guy at a flea market who's there regularly, and I actually didn't have enough money to buy it. He wanted, I think he wanted like 80 bucks, and I only had 60, and he was like, yeah, whatever, like, come back in a day or two and bring me the 20 bucks, and you know, I'm fine with it. You look like a nice guy. I forgot. I was so excited about having the camera that I forgot for like 3 months, and I finally like remembered one day and was like, oh crap, like ran over, gave him the $20, and he was like super hyped. That was like really cool, and I mean that kind of leads me into the next camera. Because I was such a nice kid and brought him the $20 that I owed him, he let me pick this thing up for like 30 bucks. It's an Olympus OMPC, and this thing, I just loved the way it looked, so I had to take it. This is also aperture priority only. I do know how to shoot fully manual. I do shoot fully manual, but it's just nice when you're out and about, being able to, you know, throw it into aperture priority and, you know, just get the shots. Then I have this Canon A1. I bought it, doesn't work, never worked, will never work. You know, maybe someone can fix it, but I'm way too lazy and I don't have the time. But you know, it could be a cool little rangefinder. I'll see if I can fix it. I actually have a lot of these upstairs in the attic, but I didn't want to take them out. It was way too hot today to do that. I have a Kodak Junior. It takes 620 film. I've never been able to use this. My grandma's best friend gave us this big bin of old cameras from her attic when she moved. And I mean, this thing is just, you know, it's in such great condition. You know, I want to use it so bad. I'm trying to get a converter to run the film so I can use that. So last but not least, probably my favorite camera. I think it was last year, my family, my girlfriend, and one of my best friends actually all pitched in and bought me this Pentax 645N. My first medium format camera. I think it's probably the best medium format camera for beginners. This is, man, I'm definitely gonna make a video on this one. It's just got everything, you know, like autofocus. If I had the autofocus lenses, it tells you when you're in focus, for at least for the center focus. It has all kinds of adjustments that you can make on this thing. You know, shoot it fully manual, aperture priority, shutter priority, fully automatic, whatever you want to do. It advances the film for you. Thing takes continuous photos. Like that is just ridiculous. So yeah, I love this camera, and I will definitely make a video on this. I think that if you want like an awesome medium format camera and for a good price, definitely be on the lookout for one of these things. So those are all of my film cameras, not all of them, but those are the ones that I use. Like I said, I have more like this guy upstairs in my attic, but you know, for now, these are the ones that I can use and have used. The light wasn't that bad. I think it was kind of cool. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back soon, and I'll see you when I see you.